thank everyone that was here. Indeed, your courage of being able to share your stories under the kind of intimidation that I know you've had to go through to be here today is something that we should all revel in. Quite frankly, we don't have enough of that. Righteous indignation does not carry the day in the United States of America as it should, and certainly here in Washington, convictions that we lack could fill an entire football stadium. But let me also say that as I listened to these stories, I could not help but to flash back to stories I heard during our years working on the issues of apartheid in South Africa. As I heard stories of family members disappearing as they go to work or in the middle of the night, being swept out of their homes and taken to places in seclusion, and not having family members know what was going on and having to fear, indeed, what may very well have happened to a loved one. What parent could sit here today and not be fully moved by having a member of their family just disappear? I'm a father of 3. As I thought about the stories one by one, I thought about how I would feel, and I had to fight back the tears because it was so important for us to hear the rest of what was going on. I listened to discussions about the kind of abuses that took place, the mishandling by law enforcement officials, and the need for us to call upon the U.S. Congress while we're here. It is important that we are here today, that this story is being told here on Capitol Hill, so that when we leave this room, we go visit with people like John Conyers. We go visit with people like other members of the U.S. Congress, Pat Leahy and Ted Kennedy and others, to share these stories and let them know what has happened and call for an overview of how the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency carries out its job. Indeed, what I've heard sounds like pure police abuse, and indeed it must be dealt with. So again, I thank you for being here, and thank you for what we must do from this point on. We've heard the stories, we know what the challenge is, and now we must do our work.